Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a modern mansion in Oasis Springs. Now, as every build that I have done in the last week goes, originally I was not going for modern mansion, I was going for Mediterranean. And if you can see the build that I'm building right now, well, you can't really see like the main portion or like the style yet. But like if you clicked on the thumbnail and you can see that, it's not Mediterranean at all. At all. It's very black, white, green, bits of brown, not Mediterranean. So I was gonna build a Mediterranean because I was like, okay, I'm building in Oasis Springs, so we can just do that and just like, make it like stylized to that area. And then I was like, no, I don't really want to build a Mediterranean right now. So then I was like going to like a different area of Oasis Springs, and I went into this one, and I was like, I could build another modern house. I've been building a lot of modern houses recently, and it's so much fun. I love building modern houses. They're so much fun. And so I went to this one, and I bulldozed the lot that was currently there, which is another one of the modern houses that I've built in the last couple weeks. And so I was like, okay, I'll just build another one. So most of the modern houses I do are based off reference photos, like loosely based, because I can't follow them directly because that just gives me issues. But I took and had a reference photo that was kind of like the front. It's mostly like that, and I took inspiration with like the wooden bits and like what is what color in some areas. And so I thought that was pretty fun. I thought this house on like the photo looked pretty cool, and so I wanted to keep with that like vibe and stuff like that. But also you can see right now that I'm having all of the difficulties possible with the staircases. I did eventually realize that it was due to the fencing, which is really annoying, by the way. I didn't realize that at first. I just thought it was like intercepting stuff. I didn't really like take into consideration that it was like having issues because of the stair, not the stair railing, but like the fence. Because that's not really an issue that I've ever had. I think this is like the first or like one of the first times that I've ever had that issue. And so, not really sure. Maybe if I have this like issue in the future, then I'll know how to fix it quicker. But I really don't know because it was very, very strange. I was just like, I could not figure that out because it's supposed to disappear and just like let you have the like stair there when you have like a fence. But it was very strange. But I did have the issue in the back. And I did struggle for like not very long, like 30 seconds on it. And then I was like, oh, it's the staircase, right? Or like it's like the area is just like having issues. The staircase with the fence is like intercepting and having issues. That's fine. But then I was like, but I have move objects on because I knew I had move objects on because of all of the things that are intercepting like in my builds because I like my move objects and like having all of the stuff touching and stuff. So I was like, that makes no sense, and it doesn't. But some of the glitches in this game don't make any sense. But computers are very strange, very finicky. So not gonna blame them for not having that fixed. But I had a lot of fun with this build, also with the wooden like bits on that. I thought that was really fun because with some of my modern builds, I will just have like only black and white or like just like base colors. But I did this one, which I think is from what is the pack called? The Mount Komorebi pack, Snowy Escape. Words, they just kind of escape me sometimes, but from that pack I put the like wood detailing, and I thought that was kind of cool because of like the symmetrical like shapes being like the entire thing with like the squares and stuff. I thought that fit much better than like just some of like the wood like slats and like just like wall like of wood that are some of the other options, like the one from Outdoor Adventure that I've used sometimes. I feel like this one worked a bit better, and so that was really fun. And then also I used platforms and then the medium wall height because I like playing with like the platforms to make like different areas that are different heights. I think that's really cool. And just having like more stairs because that's how my house is, like a multi-level house, and just like having like a bunch of stairs, which is annoying kind of in real life, especially when you're clumsy like me. Stairs are your biggest enemy. But like in The Sims, it doesn't really do anything other than look cool, and it's not like I will play in it. It'll just be, you or like anybody who downloaded it off the gallery that will have to deal with that. But, it looks cool, and so I think it's fully functional, so that's pretty good. Also, under the stairs in the house, I put like a garden area, which I think is really fun. But moving on from that, because I have talked about the house for way too long. Yesterday morning, I was talking about how the things that I was doing in the voiceovers that I did yesterday, but I was not going to mention the fact that I went to a triangular for volleyball because I wanted to talk about that in a different video because that's like a whole topic in itself. But I was all morning yesterday from 8:30 until noon, like a little bit after noon. I was at school at a volleyball triangular, and triangulars are my least favorite type of game, which is, it's basically, if you don't like know, it's like 3 games, but you only play in 2 of them, or like your team only plays in 2 of them. And it's just everyone goes against each other to like see who's like the best out of all of them, like with the most wins and all that stuff. But I have not had a singular time in which we've gone to a triangular in which we play like second or third and or first and second. We have always done first and third, so that means we have to be there the entire time, because you could leave, but that's just not like efficient to like leave partway through and then come back, because then you've got to have everybody like get back together and like have the exact time, especially because volleyball games, they don't always start at the like exact same times, especially with the triangulars. They'll like just like start the next one when the last one finishes, and so we just had to sit there for an hour and 15 minutes between games, and it was so long. I was so annoyed. It was really bad. Like, the games are fun to be at. Volleyball is not my favorite sport to cheer at. It's kind of boring, and also the cheers are kind of annoying, and also the volleyball girls are kind of mean. Like, especially with the cheers, they literally mock us every single time. So, like, but, like, we just try and ignore those people. All of them by those people. But it's really strange. But I was there for so long. I was so tired. And partway through the first game, like 45 minutes in, not even that long, I got, like, faint, and I thought I was gonna, faint. Real good wording right there. But I was, like, really hot, and, like, my hands started to, like, I don't know, like, clam up and stuff like that. And I've, like, had, like, my hearing was already gone, because I can't hear to begin with. I have really bad hearing. It's real good. But I couldn't hear literally anything, and then my, like, except for, like, the music that was blasting earlier in the game, like, right before when it started, I couldn't hear anything. And then during the cheer thing, I could hear them mostly around the same amount that I can hear them most games, but my hearing went worse, so I really don't know what that's about. But then my vision went blurry, and I was like, oh god. But I'm not the type to ask for help when I'm about to faint, so I just kind of faint, which is, evident in the last time that I fainted, in which I just had symptoms of me fainting for 10 minutes straight, and then fainted on the floor, and then I was like, oh, right, about that one. Fainted. But that's okay. I hadn't yet had, like, the checkerboard, which is what happened last time I fainted. It had all the same symptoms, but then my vision went full, like, checkerboard on me, and so that hadn't happened yet. So I was like, I'll be okay, and so I didn't faint. That, just putting it out there, didn't faint. But I felt like I was gonna faint, so it was really not fun with there. But I was very close to it, and I felt really terrible. But then the game ended, and then I got to sit there for an hour and 15 minutes, and I also got a donut. Shouldn't have eaten the donut. Not because it's, like, bad for you, but because it's bad for me. But the combination of sugar and chocolate, my body doesn't like those things, and also, like, dairy. It had, like, cream filling in it. So, that was probably a really bad idea. However, donuts kind of taste good, so I don't know. It tasted fine. The cream, I don't really like cream filling, but to be fair, I didn't know it had cream filling until I had eaten part of it. But it just tasted like off, or just most like cream fillings taste off to me. I don't know, very strange. But I don't know. It was a pretty good donut though. But my coach had gotten us donuts, us and the freshman team, because we both had to be there for 3 hours for the triangulars that we had. So she got us donuts, and that was really nice. So it was a good donut. So thank you to my coach. She's not gonna watch this video, hopefully. And if that, I don't think she's ever heard me talk. So not like she would recognize me anyway. Maybe by my name. But I think they would recognize that it was me, like, 5 seconds in, not 9.5 minutes in, but just putting it out there. Also, another thing that I have to be doing, my coach said that she wanted all of us, like all of the cheerleaders, like all of us, on all of the squads, to sign up for at least one tennis or softball game, because she was like, we just want to make sure that the school knows that we're not just volleyball, football, and basketball, which is already strange because you're making us go to a singular other one. The logic is a bit, like, frayed, but that's okay. So I'm going to go to a tennis game because I didn't want to go to softball. Sorry to the softball players, I'm not trying to be there for a game for 2 hours. No. But tennis matches are supposed to be shorter, so we'll see. Also, I know more people in tennis, so maybe. But I think all of the people that I know in tennis are on varsity tennis, and I'm probably going to a reserve or a JV game. I didn't really check. I'll check at a different time. But I just know that I need to get there October 4th, 4 p.m., get there, and, you know, have fun, you know, I guess. I don't know. And just, I'm not sure if I'm cheering or not cheering, because it's going to be me currently, because I'm the only one signed up for that day. But I'm not really sure if I'm just going there to watch or if I'm having to cheer, because it would be very unfortunate if I'm the only one there and I have to cheer, because then I'm just not showing up. You're not going to get me to show up if I am the only one and I have to cheer. It's not happening. I have too much anxiety for doing that. That is not going to happen in the slightest. I would probably just die as soon as I got there if she was like, okay, so you just got to stand on the sideline and cheer for them. No. I swear every single one of us are going to say no to that. Like, have you met us? Like, we're supposed to have, you know, extrovertedness and being able to talk, but I swear none of us would be able to do that. None of us. Like, that's just kind of how, like, all of us are at this age. We're just like, no, we are not talking. You're crazy. But, you know, that's okay. Whatever. But that's just what I have plans for, you know, for cheer for the last week and then, like, moving forward. But, that's about it. I'm running out of things to talk about. But, you know, it is almost screenshots time, so subscribe if you did like today's video, if you want to see more videos like this. But I do post 4 videos a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!